Frey Holland, daydreamer, cat lover, New Yorker. On a fateful evening, her life changed drastically when she was mysteriously transported to the beautiful, treacherous land of Athia. Frey arrives with a magical, sentient bracelet inexplicably wrapped around her arm, then discovers she can cast powerful spells and use magic to swiftly traverse the sprawling landscapes. The last remnants of Athia's populace soon look to Frey as their only hope for confronting the Tamtas, once benevolent matriarchs who now rule as maddened and evil sorceresses. Reluctant to help, but desperate to find a way back home, Frey sets off on a journey through this strange and dangerous land.
Alright, should you buy Forspoken? Well, that was the intro of the Forspoken demo. And just listen to me here before you really go further into the video. You may find your answer, but don't just listen to me. Form your own opinion based on what I'm saying, based on what you see. And if you can, please try to play the demo yourself. But I'm going to be straight up right now. Did I like the demo? No, I actually did not like the demo at all. A few of my complaints that are just basically off the dome are just the cringe dialogue. The enemies are sponges. There's little no notification when you're being attacked, when you're actually hit, about to be attacked. You know, just stuff like that. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is the HUD seemed very cluttered, and so those are just some of the complaints I have. But a lot of it could really just due to the fact that the demo just kind of just drops you randomly into the game, just this random spot into the game. But to be fair, the tutorial was pretty bad. And it just seemed like a lot of the game was sort of like a walking sim as well. Just, yeah, legitimately, like when they first drop you in, you go to a house. And so essentially you do the tutorial, you go to a house, and it tells you that you already have a bunch of abilities, and you could spend points for skills, etc. I don't know, it just seemed like based on the demo, the game really just had you going from point A to point B and just doing objectives, such as defeating enemies. It almost felt like a Ubisoft game in a way. And it's Square Enix. And to be fair, Square Enix hasn't had a really good track record as of late, other than like their Final Fantasy games. And that's a little, well, I say that, but then chaos. All right, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit off topic here. It's just, if you like these sort of like Ubisoft games, then you're probably going to like this game. It's just, regardless of all that, the gameplay and everything, like, you know, the game flow, what they want you to do. One of the biggest gripes I really did have was just the combat of the game. Felt really lacking of impact. Like, the game almost played itself. The dodge mechanic was done with a button, yeah, but it seemed very generous, like, even when you're on hard mode. And, yeah, you could swap from range to close range attacks on the fly, which was cool, but, again, the HUD being cluttered and all, it just seemed to really ruin the flow of the game. Like I said, if you should probably try the game out yourself, but it's just, it wasn't for me. Like when they first announced the game, I thought it looked pretty cool, and I truly wondered why everyone was complaining. And a lot of the complaints were due to like the voice acting and maybe the gameplay. Like they were just worried about the gameplay. But now I realize it was more so the dialogue and not necessarily the voice acting that people were really pointing out. And yeah, to be fair, the gameplay was pretty boring. So I think a lot of these people were right. At least to me it was. I mean, the last game I beat was God of War Ragnarok, and that had a really nice flow to the action, where this was just kind of like willy-nilly. Regardless, I guess I'll just leave you with this little nugget. Peace.
Consumables.
I'll try not to consume them all at once.